Hello, I'm Casey Phillips.
And I'm James Mole. We are doing this video for our social justice class.
We are researching the homeless population in our county and worldwide.
I hope you enjoy.
As a superintendent of Owasso Public Schools, I see poverty and homelessness affecting our area, our county every day. As an educator who believes strongly in education, I also know that for those students, security and love for all students trumps education. I had a story shared with me a few weeks ago about how teachers in Iraq must feel when their students make it to school every day. After all, they're in a war-torn country. So when a student is able to make it and survives the night, the teacher probably welcomes them with hugs, "I'm glad to see you," regardless of the time that they enter the school. I feel that way about our schools with regards to poverty and homelessness. Those students, it takes a lot for them to get to school, to get up every day, to get the transportation. And what we can do for them in education is provide them a warm meal, to put our arm around them, and to help them through education to potentially change their circumstances and their family. Any one of us could be in that situation on any given day, and we need the support and love of others, starting with our educators, to change our circumstances.
I think that homelessness means not having a reliable place to call your home, not knowing from maybe day to day, week to week, where you're going to be staying.
Means being without a place to go.
So homelessness to me is anyone who is without a permanent residence, somewhere they can't lay down reliably at night and basically end the day.
I think the difference between a house and a home is a house is like a place just to live, and a home is where you have family and love.
I definitely think that there's a difference between a house and a home. A house to me is a space. It's a dwelling area. It is something that just has a roof over your head. To me, a home is a place where you do feel love and you do feel like you are safe and secure and that you matter.
Home is like where your family is, and then a house is just pretty much a building.
She calls out to the man on the street, "Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I'm nowhere to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me?" He walks on.
Back in April of 2013, my father decided to go on the run as a fugitive. Because I refused to be involved with any type of criminal activity with my father, I was left behind, while my stepmother and 3 siblings followed after him. Shortly after I left my father's home, I stayed at a friend's until my grandparents gave me the okay to move into their home. I stayed with my grandparents for about 3 months. Then my grandmother and I got into some altercations and she kicked me out. I then bounced around from family member to family member of my boyfriends because my mother lives in Texas and the rest of my family either doesn't talk to me because of how my mother did them wrong or because of how my father did them wrong. So I really had no other choice. After my boyfriend and I split, I moved out of his cousin's house and I moved with my friend to Flint. Then when I stayed out in Flint, I stayed on people's floors I didn't even know. That happened for a couple weeks and we came back to Owasso. From there, I stayed with my friend at her mother's. I couldn't afford to live there anymore, and it was going to be hard to focus on school living there as well. So I moved out, and because I had no one else to ask, I asked my ex-boyfriend's cousin if I could move back in. She took me back in and let me stay with her, but it became too difficult to stay with my ex's family because he started coming around too much. Then I got in contact with my cousin and explained what was going on, and that I needed a new place to stay. And that is where I currently reside now. For the past year and a half, I haven't had a place to call home.
I hope this video moved you as much as it moved us.
Thank you for watching.